Hi my dear friends, I like to meet you again on my blog, and today I'm with Henny Eleonora. Hi Henny.
Hi,
nice to meet you. Fu Henny is a Kung Fu master, and we will talk a little bit about his story because he is a kind of a legend of Amsterdam, and he have a Kung Fu school and practicing almost 40 years, as I know. And
practice long. I have a school 39 years.
39 years only a school?
Yes.
Wow, so like whole of your life it's
almost
like,
yes, I can say yes.
How you start your story with Kung Fu?
Well, first of all, it is from my father and my grandfather, because my father used to be a wrestler, and my grandfather used to be a kind of boxer, that's African things.
I see.
Nowadays, in the early days, they used to call it war dance. Nowadays they call it capoeira.
Capoeira. Oh.
Yes. But it's not like it is today. It was different in their time.
So it's more like a traditional style of capoeira.
Yes. So then we start as a small kids and started learning this kind of art. And then later on, when I get a little older, then we join and learn karate. I see. Learn Japanese style.
So actually you just go from childhood, you already start practicing and feeling...
Yes, you just grow up with it, yes.
And you, what is your, maybe you tell like a few shorts, what's the build up what you decided that it's your kind of main thing you do? How do you decide to focus on this, like not only like a hobby, but like your life? Yeah.
Well, first of all, from the point that I started to I was interested in Kung Fu when I was born in South America, Curaçao, and because there's not so many Kung Fu schools, there's only karate schools. So then we were used to go to the cinema and then see all those important people, so as Gordon Liu, Jackie Chan, so on. So it became completely crazy, obsessed of Kung Fu. So then one day I say, well, I would like to one day go to Hong Kong to become a Kung Fu practitioner.
So was your dream after you was inspired by it?
Exactly. Until I moved to Holland in 78.
Oh.
Yes, and then I start slowly with the schools, and there we grew up slowly. And in 84, I take the big step to go to Hong Kong, live in Hong Kong, study with my master, because his student was in Holland. In 1979, I joined the school from the Kung Fu here in Amsterdam.
I see.
And in 84, I moved there and stayed with his master, we call him my grandmaster, Wang Xunting. And then I stay in Hong Kong, live and practice and get more and more, involved in the Chinese culture.
Yes,
and then before you know, you become part of it.
So first you just was passionate, and as soon as you feel it's part of you, you start spreading it like...
Yes, well, when you're beginning, you as a young boy, you're beginning more like you think you want to defend yourself, fighting and stuff like that. And along the way, your mind change, you become more, more spiritual development, health, and so things have changed in the life. Even now, the things change a lot in my life. I mean, hitting to the 60, you already start change everything, you know. So yes, it become a part of life, become a way of life. Yes.
Wonderful. And what do you think as one of the main thing in the practice, like a martial art, Shifu? What do you think?
Well, let me put it this way. Like I say in the beginning, you start all about fighting, and you want to be the best fighter. You go to competition and all. It's the ego is too big, you know. But what I achieve and what I notice I become more aware of myself to not want to fight. So in fact, the matter say how to stop the violence within yourself. That was the most important key. And then you become aware of all those things you do, and then you become more aware of meditation, knowing more about your mind and your breath, more about your energy, how you do that. So how to save energy instead of lose energy. So yeah, this is a big changing in me. So when I at the school, I was more like how to teach the people to become more aware of themselves, be conscious of yourself. Yes, instead to be like I'm the stronger guy and so. It was when you was a kid, but then it changed. It become more that. So yeah, it changed a lot in my life. Yes, a lot in my life. I was very quick, pissed off, angry quickly. Your reaction is quickly. Energy is very and then it changed you to become more relaxed, more calm, to let things go, accepting things, and that have changed a lot for me.
And how do youngsters accept that? Because also you develop your practice, you're getting older, like you're going your path, but the youngsters are still coming to you to learn, and then you share this this philosophy. How do they accept someday, or how do they react to it?
Well, a lot of the young guy, of course, young generation is always, they have to go through the hard things. It is a fact. Chinese say 明镜暗镜化镜. 明镜 is more like obvious power, just you are just natural. As 暗镜 is you become more relaxed, more you can, and 化镜 is like you are so-called transform. See, that's another, exactly. So in this kind is that most of the young guys, they all come for that. They want to be strong, nice body, they want to be, like this way. Exactly. I want to be able that you give me a punch, I'll be able to defend you and squeeze you there. They're all beginning that. You cannot make them become soft and quiet in the beginning. So they have to go through that process. But along the way they go, they start to see it, feel it, beside of movies and so on. That bring them more and more toward that, and they become more aware of themselves. In fact, the matter, a lot of people at my school, they do not even want that fight.
Some people just come for this inner practices.
Yes, there is a lot of them who come, I want to come Kung Fu, I want to train to how to fight. And they only see the school, only be in that moment, then they notice it, this is nothing for me. And then you have those guys who don't want to fight. They want to come from, I want to know about my life, my health, how to maintain my health, how to find more peace, how can I let go of stress and tension, because my work is so much of my, at home I have too much tension at home, private things. So it's not only one thing, it's many things together. See that? And then when they come, they all come with hard training, and then slowly they start changing. And then you see in their talking, in their action, their doing, then you see that, hey, they like more that than the other part.
Yeah, that's very interesting. You need to be also like any good master, you need to be also kind of psychologist. You need to feel your student, or it's very difficult to train him in the right way, to feel what is his perception, what is his goal, and also to change his goal if you feel that this goal not for him, something like so you need to play to that.
And you get a lot of those because who come, you not know them, the background, some have a problem with that. Actually, a lot of the people who are practicing have or problem, physical problem, because there's a reason why you go to train.
Because
see that? Exactly. So what the psychological problem, the emotion problem, so we have them all. You see that? And of course, if you ask me maybe 30 years ago, I would think different because I don't want to know about your problem. Just train Kung Fu, But now it's a different, it's okay, you see the person, let them go through that and check them out and say, okay, you know what, maybe you should do some breathing exercising, and you will see that directly that they cannot handle the breathing because they become, impatient, okay, and then then I was smiling, okay, I know already, I said, okay, maybe you should standing and just do this kind of move, only this kind of move, and they were starting first way, and so that, so they're impatient. And then slowly, you see they start changing. Masifo, how can I do this? Well, if you try to be quiet for a moment, just listen to breath, just move for a moment. And they say, what would they do to me? Okay. Try to push me. And if you try to push me, how do you do that? Did you just do that? I tell you, breathing have a secret. Quiet mind have a secret. And then they become inspired. I want to do that too. How do you do it? Quiet first your mind. Okay, I want to, and that's the slowly turn.
They have a motivation.
Exactly. There's a point to it. There's a point to it, And sometimes I say to them, look, see, if you practice a lot, they make a circle. I say, try to do this and go into the circle. The first time they cannot. I say, see, that's the idea. Maybe take 1 month, try to do that and get to that point and come back and tell me how do you feel. And when they start, they get frustration, but when they reach it one time, they go, yes, I reach it. I say, you see, that's only the beginning. You see that? So it make them change. The young generation then, But when you get the older generation, they are more like, okay, I done a lot in my life. I want to know how to get peace. How can I make my chi of my body to preserve longevity? You know, so then they practice Tao Yin or Qigong or Tai Chi or Bagua. You know, depends on which area you fit. So if a person come to me and he said to me, well, I want to be soft but explosive, I will not give them like Qigong, for example. Then I say, okay, so let me see what you, then you choose by, I give you Xing Yi Chuan. It's a 5 element and 12 animals. So the first one is Yi, practice mind. So you have to practice
like a concentration.
Exactly.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, I'm not use the word concentration because concentration is only one point. Full awareness of the totalness. Exactly.
I see.
And feel yourself. Do not analyze too quick. Just feel. And then that is the stop, the beginning, and then they go slowly into it. And I see a lot of progress in that. Yes. Yes.
What's your maybe? I know that you already have some of your students already have schools, and you had so many experience. And what is your current maybe personal goal? What you want to achieve? You want to? What is given to you? What is given to you?
That is true. I have many students who have about 5 schools outside who have their own school and they have their own students, and they're doing great because they work quite a lot to preserve the traditional art of Kung Fu. Because one of my lately goal was actually more that how to preserve the old traditional, we call it 传统武术, 传统武术, to preserve it, because it's not only Hi-Ha, there are more than just the Hi-Ha. You see that? And there is also the culture into it. You see, I would say that the here about that, how to, so it's a total thing, it's not one thing. So my goal is how to preserve it and how to bring it over to a next generation so it will not pass away. You know, the new generation today is very computerized, YouTube and call them all the stuff. They think they can just...
minds, like
exactly. They want to learn quickly and have it tomorrow. It's not something you can. There is some pain in it. And then the appreciation will come later. So my goal is more to that. And because of that, like I say, I'm not a business person. I am a sport. I am more, how we call that, compassion to the things I do. I look at more that I want to share something with you. And if you can be able to do it, it already make me happy. It satisfied me. It's not about money thing, because money cannot value the two things. And the masters that I had, they're all mostly old masters. They have a totally different pictures and mind, and I love to sit down. I used to say that to my wife, I want to go to China to see the old man. But why you want to see the old man? Because the old man have something very interesting to learn from. You see that? And that's the story. And some people say, but what do you ask when you go? You ask him the form? No. I ask him, Master, can you please share with me how do you live? But that's not a Kung Fu. I say, hey, yeah, that is the Kung Fu. I want to know, Master Sergey, I want to know not how you do your business. I want to know is how is the tea? How is the that's me telling me who you are. So this is Kung Fu for me. So I had this plan that one day I want to build something into the mountains, away from all the chaos outside the city, and to try to have people come to this place to find tranquility.
That's needed now. We have similar places, but when you have something to share, it's all the time each person have such experience as you have something unique to share.
Yes.
And also, as already you told, like so many different styles. You also learn it all. Like it's because some people focus like only Kung Fu or only Qigong or something. But
Kung Fu is a general name.
General name.
传统武术 is everything. Yes, it's within everything.
Together.
And yes, there is so-called style. Actually, I don't call them style. I call them different characters.
I see.
You and me are the same. God make us equal in all way. Except what changing in us is the characters. That's the only thing change us. So the rest of the thing we are the same. So in this way, yes, we have a form called this, we have a form called that. So they call them styles. So to people to understand that, I did many different lineage under the same kind of so-called style. Because Tai Chi is one, but we have 5 different lineage who create more lineage. and we say about say some word Kung Fu Liu Hemen, it's meaning 6 in harmony. But the Liu Hemen used to be actually only like a matter. See that, but now it become a style. So people call, so I have a different lineage that today they do not exist anymore.
Yeah,
see that? See, and to preserve that is you need to have the person willing to take the commitment to train it and the discipline to maintaining it and to be able to share it to others.
I see.
So this idea of the retreat to build something outside is also something for me, because as I'm turning 60, I'm trying to find a way that I can relax. No more running around and do all this organizing, competition and parties and schools, and I retreat a little bit from the school. And the fact of the matter is also funny because 4 years before I turned 50, time back, I said to my student, I'm gonna give up. He said, give up what? I'm gonna stop to remember all the forms I have. I will not remember anything. Only the things that come in my mind I play. The rest I forgot. They cannot. You have to film them. I said, why? You don't need to film nothing. But why? This is called I learn to forget. I will learn to forget. Return back everything to the master. Because I come to a point to understand what my master wanted to share to me. I need to let go of everything and forget everything to understand the essence of the true meaning of whatever you call it, wushu, of whatever you call spiritual development. It's beyond that point. So to understand that, I need to let the formless, let them go, and try to only understand the essence. So to me, to do that, I need to let go and have to go time for myself.
In this case, you reestablish your feeling of the world.
Yeah, to understand this so-called me within, the call actually beyond the cross materia, nautical points. So I need to understand the essence of, they talk about all the time breathing, they call about dantians, all the, just sit quiet and empty your mind and let it go. So this is the idea to make for the retreat, man. And not only me, because the truth...
What you're doing in Italy, actually.
Yes, that's an idea. Yes, there's an idea. The idea is because I don't believe the truth is only in me and many people together. And Chinese say we have 5 fingers, but that 5 fingers will make the strong fist. If you miss one, the fist will never be strong. And none of them is equal because each one is a different size from each other. So all of those things together, let me say, there is a reason we two met. There is not just a coincidence. There's a reason. Yes. And so because of that, there is one to be fulfilled for one part. So this by the same thing of this one. So we then create a duality together. So yeah, I wanted to make in Holland something before, but for whatever reason, it did not succeed. So then I have been going to Italy for quite some years, and there's such a beautiful mountains in there. So I didn't find the right location, what I want to be in the mountain, but close to the mountain. And it is a beautiful farm area, green, nicely trees, and away from the heavy city. And I'm building that, and I call it the Academy of Harmony, not a particular name, because I want people to learn and to learn to harmony, to learn to everything together. And I'm not interested only in me as a master, but many different persons, such as you, Master Sergey, to
as soon as we met, I was like, sorry for interruption, we just met not so long time ago in one of our tea masters in the tea house here in Amsterdam. She is a student of Master Henny, and we just, and she just said, oh, let's do some tea master class. And I arrived there immediately, wow, I occupied by the same people who are also aware about these things which we talk, because I also learn myself, the same as you do a lot of practicing and you want to a little bit retreat. I'm still in an age that I still need a lot of practice, but you still need to combine, because if you only focus on all these business things, because what I'm doing is a little bit more in business side, it's not still not a...
It's still a skill.
It's still a skill, but a little bit more focus, still more balance to the business side. And you need to have this point, and for me it's super valuable to hear what you're saying. Like when you can share, this is why we are going to teach, to learn from someone, because when someone already go from this path, you can share. And even if you are young, which I just asked about the young student, this is why I ask this question, because it's so difficult to accept that when you are young. And we all the time had this, like maybe you also had this thing like, okay, I'm like 50, 60, whatever, but why I don't have this kind of brain when I was like 20 or 30, and I can do that more clear, more efficient, or more balanced, whatever. So this is what we need to learn from the older generation or the people with experience. Like you rightly said, the life.
Yes.
And this is a core, and of course, on this core, all these practices, all these stereotypes, or even schools or whatever. But the main thing is what you have here, and this we learn all the time. I really.
We always searching from outside, but we have to look within inside, because everything we have is inside. It's a saying that all answer is within us, in ourselves. We use the rational mind, but we do have the wisdom mind. But it's in fact that the wisdom mind will come after. It's a normally part that they develop. So in that case, you will change what you wanted to be before as a young one. You did not, but there is a changing according to what you grow and according to your environment, what you do. So if I say that why I wanted to have a place in the mountain, because I believe mountain and water is like the yin and yang, and the green is also the cleaning. So if we be for a moment, step out of your comfort zone and to try to sit down, sometimes it's pretty complicated to sit down completely quiet, because the mind is still quarreling.
Yeah.
And so if we can slow down, because we cannot stop the quarreling, but we can slow down the frequency of that, that beta, theta, alpha wave of the mind, and to bring to yourself. And I always say that, okay, I used to joke to the people, say, sit down and smile to yourself for a moment. Smile is, yes, one of the most important key is to smile within, because the release of the dopamine and open it, and the release of the tension that you do. So the mind needs quietness, but the body needs exercise. So if you try to move and try to slowly, it does not really matter, because right or wrong do not exist. Perfect do not exist, because otherwise God didn't make the water and the planet, they don't exist. But we try to create and do the balance. So we try to feel this electrobiological energy that is within ourselves. If you try to feel in it and changing it, with mind, I don't know if it's true, as the 100 unique gift to the mind that we are using so little from it. If we give a couple of minutes to more deep within to feel the mind, the quietness, it will start to change inside. And put them together, tea is also a part, because when you do ceremony tea or you drink tea, have also an effect to you and to your mind. Like South America, we use this kind of thing we call
mate, yerba mate.
Mate also, we use mate. We use the sleeve like coca sleeve, the coca plant. You have tea probably bite on off. If they had too much thing, you use that, or you use that spudge stick. You burn it and smell in it. In South America, we used to do all this because the Red Indians, they make a sweat hot. You sit down and they put this stuff, and the heat is changed completely.
You have a kind of a ritual, which is important, because also like tradition of tea, we have it like more modernized now, but it also the same as the martial arts comes from the roots of like, we was in the jungles, it was in a small, not a big cities, and we're sitting in a circle across the fire and we consume something. Like that can be a plant or drink or something, but it's a kind of ritual which also brings us all together, the same as a martial arts, and give us a little bit different feeling. And this is why I do believe, the tea, even if we go closer to China tradition, like it was all the time like a base. Okay, we have wushu, we have a tea, we have a music like guqin, we have incense, we have a poetry, calligraphy, and it's all part of one culture field. It's an all combined work. Like
about the Academy of Harmony, it's the same thing. Exercising, quietness and meditation of the mind. Food is very, very important, because without the food, the body has no power. See that? learn about medicine, because about your training, you damage your body. You need to learn how to massage, how to understand the acupuncture point, how to move the use the kind of vegetables fruit and all the stuff, tea, everything, how to fix the body, because the body need that. So there are also 5 parts of that thing, not only see that. So this is a part of that, and each one can bring their knowledge and their teaching to others to enrich themselves, because one thing is not enough. You need more to complete that
balance.
thing.
It's all about balance.
Exactly.
Actually. Henny, maybe last question. Don't take too much of your attention. Also, I will actually leave all the information about Academy of Harmony, about your school below. If you're in Amsterdam or neighborhood, just stay in contact. But I also want the last question. Maybe your kind of you already shared a lot, but maybe what you want to say to those who maybe not sure enough about their willing to do practice or not. And I think the main problem is the motivation now.
Yes.
Because so many people, like you said, especially youngsters, and even me, you were all occupied by, I have too many things, I have a family, I have a work, I have a laptop or all these social networks, whatever. And they all need to have this motivation to really train. And what maybe you advise how to get that, or maybe some idea, which is the most difficult thing for me actually personally.
It is actually very complicated things, because if I may say it is hard word, is that motivation is only in a moment. How to maintain motivation. So I can show you something, you will become interesting now, but what about a week later? That have to come and motivate you again? See, that's the difficult thing.
So you need to come from...
Exactly.
What's the key?
Well, it's a very difficult thing. It's for example, if you're practicing, for example, if you start to practice and quiet your mind, listen to breath, you will find a feeling, something change in you. I give you stupid things. When I was a young boy, I was a guy who was always sick. Nose running, the coughing, not strong body. So then they qualified by saying to me, if you're practicing, you get better, and so on, so on, so on. So later on, this helped me because I feel my physical body become better. I have less problem with the nose problem and coughing. I could do much things. So that things give me my motivation that instead to go to the doctor, I do my training, I be better in that.
You immediately feel the benefit from it. So you need, so people need to have it, need to feel this. So maybe your intention is when the person came to the first or second lesson, to give them this a little bit part of this feeling, what you already told, like about the breathing. And
yes, exactly, because life force energy is within us. We need to open it, to be conscious of it, to feel what is life force energy. To share life, you have to live it. That's meaning you have to do it. Don't waste time. People like to sleep until 12 o'clock and they have to, you're wasting time. Wake up in the morning early. This in Chinese say, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock is the most important benefit to exercise.
I see.
Facing to the south, because the south rise the yang energy to affect the yin energy inside of us, like the sun. If no sun, people feel that, they got the energy. You see, so you rise in the morning, you're practicing in the morning. It doesn't matter what you do even stretching and move. That give you that motivation for you to do the things. Discipline yourself about that. And when you start to see the benefit, you will see that it gave something for you. I don't have the magic word to say, this is the word, that
will work for you.
Exactly. You see that? If people say to me, in South America, when I was in South America, they said to me, oh, Master Henny, you understand all that, can you give us the secret word, how to stop the people with actually cancer problem? I said, what? If I would do that, I would be I don't know. But if I tell you one thing, I don't know, you would like to know that. Go sleep early. Try to be so-called healthy.
At least don't eat so fast food or
all that kind of stuff like this.
Alcohol.
Exactly. Those are all tiny things who can change your life. Because if you want to live by pain and all the time, then you do those bad things. But if you want to improve yourself, just benefit. I say this one. God gave you life. He gave you a material cross material body. You can call it yours. It's not yours yet. You borrow it. But you need to take care of it. You give me this one. I need to take care of it. If I don't take care of it, it broke, it destroyed, bad, done. So if you do that to your own body, every day for a moment, you appreciate life, your life will be changed.
That's wonderful.
I am also learning. I'm changing every day a little by little. I don't know everything yet, but I will live it today as tomorrow do not exist. Because today is my day. And if tomorrow comes, I'm the happy guy again.
Okay, I see.
So,
thank you very much, Henny. It was a really, I think, the best motivation. Guys, again, in the description there are some links to Henny pages and to his school and to Academy of Harmony. Also, hopefully we collaborate here in Amsterdam, because I'm really passionate by Henny, what he's doing, and wonderful people around him. And yeah, we will do some tea together again. Thank you very much. Also, you can leave some questions. Maybe we'll meet again and do some more videos. I hope you like it and share it to your friends. Thank you very much. Thank you, Master Henny.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And
yes.
don't forget, quiet the mind and listening inside your center.
Yeah.
That's the best key.